My name's Dana, and I'm coming to you from the woods of Northern Illinois in my farmhouse sunroom, and I'm here to chat knitting with you guys. So it's been a minute, it's been a while since I have had any updates to share with you guys. Today is September 10th, and we have kind of just had our first full week of like our regular fall schedule. So we started school and just lots of other things, mom groups, and I thought I'll hop on and I'll finally give some progress on some of the things that I've been working on in knitting and designing. And so I'm excited to do that with you guys today. So how are you guys? Oh my goodness, it's been a while. And I haven't given an update in probably since midsummer. I think I gave a Knit the Garden update, which, before I forget, I wanted to share with you guys. I don't have a whole separate video, and I hope eventually I can do a separate blog post about knitting the garden. I had planted a bunch of veggies, and I planned to dye a bunch of yarn with it, but I haven't had a chance to properly edit a video. That a lot goes into editing that style of video. So I did get a chance to dye with one thing, and that was sunflowers. So this is my super messy, I didn't wind it up at all, skein of yarn that I dyed with sunflower. All in all, I didn't love dyeing with sunflowers, and only because it's such a minimal difference in the actual bare yarn that I started with. Oh, I wish I had an actual skein to hold it next to, but I don't. The thing is, I think I took it off of the heat too early, and so it soaked for a long time. I think I soaked it for 48 hours in the dye, but to actually heat up the dye and extract, heat up the sunflowers and extract the colors, I didn't keep it on long enough. It was like an hour or two, so hence I got some kind of flat colored yarn when I was hoping for a little bit of a nicer color. And all in all, it just wasn't what I was hoping for, but my heart kind of, with the garden in general and with dyeing the garden, I think my heart wasn't in it for the second half of summer. At first, I was so excited about it. I was out there weeding every day to produce the good veggies, but it was a long project. It got hot, and I was just ready to knit at that point and not do all the dyeing. So I do still have my Indian corn dye sitting, and I have to dye with that to see how that's going to turn out, because I think that'll be a better, more exciting color for me, because the husks of the Indian corn are just so bright already. So I'm hoping it will give me some good color. So that's my Knit the Garden update. Like I said, no video, no blog post, but I did dye with at least that. We didn't have carrots. Something came and ate our carrots, so I couldn't dye with carrots. And then cabbage. I have not dyed with the cabbage yet either. So there is hope that some of my yarn will turn out, but I did get some yarn. I went to a sale at our local yarn shop, and they had a Labor Day sale. So I will share my yarn haul with you guys. And I ended up finding like the dusty kind of yellow that I was hoping to produce, I guess. So I'm excited to share that with you guys in a little bit. But first, I wanted to show you guys the finished shirt that I knit. This is the Classic Tee by Darling J'adore. And I wore it in one of my Knit the Garden updates. But funny story, when I picked up the sleeves, I forgot to knit. I was so excited to be done with it. I forgot to knit the length before the cuff, and so I kind of picked up the sleeve and then knit the cuff. So it was a very small difference, unless you were staring at it. Like, I didn't notice it until I laid it out for a flat lay picture, and I was like, that sleeve is a little short. I missed something up there. But yes, it's all set. It's done, and I love it. This is the Knit Picks City Tweed in Orca, I think is the color. And I love this yarn, and I love this color. And I love this pattern. This was a really fun pattern, which is good because I have an abandoned project to share with you in a minute. Also by Darling J'adore. Not a problem with the pattern, just it's not what I was hoping for. I'll tell you that in a minute. But I actually did get yarn to make another one of these, so I'm excited about this t-shirt, and it's good weather for it. It's short sleeve. I'll insert like a picture or video of like the whole shirt so you guys can see. So that's my finished thing to share. And then I have the tank top that I was so excited about that I shared a little while ago, a few episodes back, maybe last episode. I cast on a tank top from Darling J'adore, and I used this yarn. I'll share all the info about the yarn because I'm not going to remember the name of it, but I was really excited about it. Right off the bat, I could tell there wasn't enough ribbing. Oh, my lighting just got crazy. Just gotta wait a minute. There we go, that's a little bit better. Nope, we're going back again. Coffee break. If you have coffee, now's a good time to have some coffee. I don't know how long this cloud is gonna last. Okay, there we go. We just had the biggest, most random cloud cover the sky, and it's seriously like blue skies out there, and I don't know, there's a random cloud floating along, and I lost my light for a while. So, I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, so right off the bat with this tank top, I'll just show it. I could tell the ribbing at the bottom wasn't going to be enough to prevent curling, and I had hoped if I block it, it would kind of block some of that out, but I mean, it's like not even an inch of ribbing at the bottom here. Look at that. And so all it has been wanting to do the whole time I knit it, this is the bottom edge, is to curl up. So already I kind of wasn't so sure how that was going to be. And then I separated for my front and back triangles of this tank top. So it was supposed to be, this is the classic tee. This is the classic camisole, I believe, yeah, by Darling J'adore. So what happened is, again, story of my life, I don't even know. I ran out of yarn with one triangle to go, plus the straps. Problem is, it already is not wanting to stay down. And even when I do roll it down, let's see if I can get it to stay down, it's just a hot mess. When it does stay down, like if I could even block the bottom, it's still gonna be really short on me. I've had 4 kids, I don't wear crop tops, I'm sorry. And so I need something that's gonna go a little longer. So already this tank top isn't gonna work for me, which is really sad. I didn't love it enough to just go and buy another skein of this yarn. So I do love this yarn. I'm going to, I think, just pull straight from it. I'm not even gonna undo the tank top. And I'm gonna knit a pair of some socks, I think. I think I'll still hold it double and do like some DK weight socks with them. So there's that, as I'll get a nice pair of green socks out of this, but that was a bummer because this is light fingering weight yarn and I spent a long time working on it, and I was really hopeful that it would be like a summertime cami that I could wear, like maybe even for jammies, but alas, it's no more. But it was one of those things where I have to remember I did learn something from it. It wasn't a total loss. I did spend a lot of time on it, but I learned something from it, and so I can move on and try something else and not just like wallow in the fact that it didn't work. So that's good. So I have a lot of yarn to share with you that I got at the sale, but I think I'm going to show you guys some of my whips really fast. I'm on a really major sock kick lately. Very, very much so. And so I have 2 pairs of socks on my needles right now and a lot waiting and a lot of ideas that I'm really excited about. So the first sock, let's see. I don't have its finished one right there, but I'll insert a picture of what it's supposed to look like. This is a shorty sock, and I'm designing it. Well, I did a pair already maybe a year ago or so, But I'm actually going to write out the pattern and test it, and then I can share it with you guys, so you'll know exactly what I did, because sometimes you just have to see it written. So this, I'm working on the heel of my, I don't think it has a name yet. Oh, I'm thinking Farmhouse chicken socks, because this is the Hue Loco backyard chicken yarn. So really all I've done so far is my cuff. I do have one sock already finished. Don't know where it is, not in my basket. Which, by the way, this is how I've been carrying my yarn. I got this basket at Goodwill for maybe $1. That's my favorite place to go look for baskets. And baskets have been my favorite thing right now, because I have a basket I keep in every room of projects that I'm working on based on difficulty, which I can talk more about later. But anyway, I don't know where the finished sock is, but this is sock number 2. It just has the small little cable detail in the front, and I love this yarn. It's really pretty, and my yarn got all wonky, so I don't know if it's gonna show it very well. I'll try to take a picture. For some reason, pictures are more reliable. You don't have random clouds floating over halfway. But I'm excited about this. I am doing the more gray, cool color for the cuff and kind of the warmer color for the heel, in thinking that my heel, it will look more natural, I guess, if the heel looks kind of more dirty with like a warmer brown gray color. So that is my first sock. I am using size, let's see, 1, I believe. 1 or 2. And I can't read it, it's so small. Size 1. These are my favorite. I had one of you guys suggest, because I really love bamboo needles, as you can see, but I didn't have them for really small, like 9-inch circulars. So you guys shared it with me on Amazon that they have those. They exist. They are the, I'm going to say it wrong, Chaogu, and they're bamboo, and they're 9-inch. So that's what I'm working on for that. And then my next thing is exciting, because this is from an episode where I was really excited about my yarn across the pond, as I called it. So this is yarn that I got last fall. Was it last fall? Or was it 2 falls ago? Now I don't know. I had a baby last fall. Did I knit these then? I don't know. Or did I make the purchase then? So this is from Apple Oak Fiberworks in Ireland. And this yarn they dyed, it's hand dyed in Ireland, and they used onion. So there's somebody who's dyeing their yarn with their produce right. This is such a pretty color. I can't get over this orange. And it totally speaks fall to me. It just reminds me of pumpkin, and it's this really pretty, it's not a bright color, even though obviously pumpkins can get really bright orange. This is just rustic orange, and I love that. So with this yarn, let's see, it's 100% wool. It's dyed in Ireland, 191 yards, and 100 grams. So I am using size 7 needles, and I'm making a pair of socks. I'm designing a pair of socks, which this is my first one. So I'm working out the kinks. We'll see what needs what. I'm knitting the size small of this, but this is the start of the Unnamed fall sock. I'm thinking pumpkin something. Pumpkin pie, pumpkin patch, pumpkin, great pumpkin, I don't know, something pumpkin-y. But basically what I'm doing is, let me see if I can find an example. I have one thicker, I guess wider cable, and on either side of it there is one purl stitch. I'm doing a skinnier cable and the other side skinnier cable, and then it's going to be the exact opposite on this side. And so I like how it looks, because it doesn't give a ton of space. I have some socks, I did the Country Cabin socks and the Sweet Cider socks that are patterns I have, where I gave it a little more space in between. I guess Country Cabin has a little more space, Sweet cider, they're a little more bunched, but all the cables are the same size. So this kind of gives it a little bit different, a little different look visually. I don't know if you can tell, at least the two of them side by side. This one's a little thicker than this one. So, yeah, I like how they're kind of just, I like the smushed look of it. Now, obviously, when you go to put it on your leg, there goes my light again. When you go to put it on your leg, where'd my middle one go? It is, I'll just show it on the two. It is going to, like, you'll be able to see that definition a little more once it's actually on your leg. But anyway, I'm super excited. I love cabin socks. I love cable knitting. So, and this yarn, oh my goodness, it's wonderful. It's like, it's very elastic feeling for being 100% wool. But that can only help in socks, right? There's no nylon. So this is super cool. And I will get working on finishing the heel. I'm doing the heel flap. I need to do, you know, all the slip stitch heel stuff. So that's that. And if you want to be a tester, I guess for either one, I will, if you're not on my email list, I'll put a link down below. You can be on my email list so that when I'm done with these two and ready to send it, you guys can be alerted if you're interested in testing for me, because that would be super fun. Yeah, thank you. If you do want to do that, that would be cool. Okay, my last whip doesn't at all match the other two things that I shared, because it starts with Oscar. And that can only mean that Halloween knitting is upon us, because little Jimmy, who is going to be 1 in October, I cannot believe that, is going to be Oscar the Grouch. So I can't remember if I found this at Michael's or Joann's or where, one of those two, or Hobby Lobby maybe. It's Lion Brand. It's this kit to make an Oscar the Grouch hat. They had the other characters, but we just kind of thought Oscar the Grouch was funny. Now, we don't really watch Sesame Street like at all, but I do have some books about it, so hopefully I'll be able to kind of know who he's supposed to, I mean, he's going to have no idea what's going on. My 2-year-old and 4-year-old and 6-year-old, maybe they'll kind of understand who he's dressed as, because we have books to refer to, but otherwise we don't watch Sesame Street. But it's funny because, first of all, a baby dressed as Oscar the Grouch is just kind of cute, but it's so opposite to Jimmy's personality. He is the most relaxed, happy, just fun-loving little baby, and oh my gosh, we love him to pieces. So it's just kind of funny. It's like if you see a baby dressed as, like, have you seen where people will dress up babies or toddlers as like a little grumpy old man? And it's funny because it's the opposite of a happy smiling little baby. So that is, oh, I dropped Oscar. That's Jimmy's costume that I'm working on. I did go rogue with this pattern. I don't like knitting a hat back and forth on straight needles and seaming up the middle. That's a lot of seaming, and I'm not into that. So I'm knitting it on circular needles. And I did follow what they said for casting on, but as far as just going round and round, I'm just going. And they said for 6 inches, so I'm going to do that. I'm using a size 8 circular needle, and I don't actually know how long the wire, I don't know what that's called, the circular wire part is. So that's what I'm knitting. That's kind of my for fun project. And actually I had it in my car, and I just was keeping it there for those moments where you find yourself just like, oh, you can seriously pick it up and knit just a few rows. Which reminds me, I wanted to tell you my basket idea. So going to Goodwill and finding these super cheap baskets, like I said, $1, sometimes 50 cents, and keeping them in different rooms of your house. So this one I sometimes will carry between our living or our dining room on our green hutch. So it's right next to me I'm sorry, I just blinked. And when we're doing school, if there is a minute before the kids are awake, or if they're like independently working on something, I might pick up the sock. But for example, that's why I'm on 2 heels right now, because I need to be able to focus a little more than that once I'm onto the heels. But then at the end of the day, I'll carry this over to my bedroom, and then I can sit and knit while watching TV or whatever. Otherwise, keeping a really simple project like this, and for a while it was my tank top because it's just straight stockinette until I got to the triangles. And then just having them in different rooms. So for example, if you have a harder project, keep it in your living room or your bedroom where you're more likely to work on it and not be distracted. For example, if you have kids, then keep a super simple project out in the room that you're more likely to be in, if that's like the dining room, the living room, the kitchen, I don't know. But that's just what's been working for me. And so I wanted to pass it along in case it helps you, because half the battle of knitting and finding time to knit is even like having those moments present themselves and you don't realize you're in the moment. Like how many times do we pick up our phone and just start scrolling, and it could be just as easy right next to your phone is a little basket of yarn. I mean, this does not take up a lot of room. It's really shallow and it's just really cute. Plus it's cute. I like baskets. So just my little tip. I hope maybe that helps somebody if you were looking for more time to knit, or just you were hoping to get progress on different projects, because I am not a monogamous knitter. I like to have like 3 projects or more going at one time. So that is the progress report on my whips and my almost finished tank top, my abandoned project. So let me think. I think the only other thing I wanted to share with you guys is my yarn haul. So let me find my next basket. Just doing like a basket rotation here. I love this mug. This is from Hobby Lobby, and I was just inspired by my thought that I was going to dye yarn with sunflowers, because I love sunflowers and I love kind of the August, September, October things you grow in your garden, whether it's Indian corn, and then you can use the corn stalks, or pumpkins, or sunflowers. So, and I'm drinking my favorite, which is Starbucks Toasted Graham. It tastes like fall to me, which actually I will drink at any time of year. But okay, yarn haul. First of all, let me set the scene for you. So the Fold is a little yarn shop that, I mean, not little, like they have a lot of yarn, but it's a yarn shop that's run out of somebody's house. It is in Marengo, Illinois. And so imagine that you're driving either out of the city or out of the suburbs, or if you're already in the country, just up the country road. On Labor Day, me and my mom and my aunt went to the Fold because they were having a yarn sale. So this is the place I've talked about before. She used to have like dollar yarn sales where everything in her garage was $1. An entire skein of yarn, a whole bag of yarn, unless it had a different price written on it, was all $1, books, things like that. So, and then everything inside her house. So her house, I guess she sections off like half of it, and half of it is yarn shop, and then there's obviously the part that they live in. So, yeah, this year she had everything in the garage was 50% off. And then inside, I don't remember, I think there were things on sale here and there. And I even got a puzzle for free. They were just giving away some puzzles. So I got a cool like bird puzzle with a cardinal and a blue jay and stuff. So that was a really fun trip. It's always fun to go up there. It's beautiful out that way. It's just north of me. And on the way home, we stopped at a farm, which it was like their opening weekend. We got some apple cider donuts to bring home and share with our families. And so that was really fun. So, oh, and I forgot, Jimmy came with me. Jimmy comes with me everywhere right now until he's done nursing. So we made the trip up there in my van, and I wanted to take some video footage, but I felt like, you know, I want to just kind of enjoy the moment and then just share about it later. So I did share a picture, maybe on Instagram stories or Instagram feed, I'm not sure, of my basket next to my mom's basket. But if I can find it, I'll share it here too. So anyway, talking aside, setting the scene aside, the first thing, I don't remember the order of things I saw, but the first thing that I wanted to share is this which I can only describe as a mermaid in fall is how I tried to describe it to my husband, and he thought I was crazy. But stay with me. It looks like mermaid colors. It's got the blue and the purple, but they're kind of jewel tones. And to me, that just seems like how a mermaid would want to look in the fall. This is from Knit One Crochet 2. It's kettle tweed, 60% merino wool, and then 20% baby llama, 10% bamboo, and 10% donegal. So it is, it says kettle dyed and spun in Peru. So it doesn't have a color name, but I already named it. It's Mermaid in Fall. I don't know its actual name, but I'm excited to knit that. And of course it's tweedy, and I love tweed, as you probably can tell. So that's that. This, let me see. I don't remember how many yards are in this. Don't remember. 437. So I got that for my tea. And then I got a couple of these, and the reason is I wanted to get something to share with my girls. And so this is Sublime Soya Cotton DK, and all I'm going to do is make some Barbie hammocks for my girls, because my sister made my niece some Barbie hammocks, and it's all they've been talking about. So, and they love the color blue, so that's all the excitement that's going to be there. It's pretty much just going to be like garter stitch. Super simple project, but I want them to feel included too. So, okay, now this is probably going to turn into, let's be honest, probably some socks. This is really pretty. I would call it sunflower or even dandelion yellow. And it is from Blue Moon Fiber Arts. It is Targhee worsted, 100% Targhee wool. I don't know if I'm saying that right. 616 yards. Whoo! Oh my goodness. And the colorway is Saffron Surprise. So, yeah, oh my goodness. A lot of yarn and worsted weight. So I went into the sale really hoping to find worsted weight wool yarn. Bonus if it was like a wool nylon blend, because my fixation lately has been cabin socks. So yes, I do like knitting socks that are the, you know, the fingering weight yarn, but I've just been having so much fun with the cabin socks and using worsted weight or even Aran weight yarn. So I'm excited to turn this into something. I don't know that this will be anything yet this year. I feel like this time next year, if I could have a pair of socks done, that would be a little more seasonal. Like it kind of spoke to me around Labor Day, and so I'm feeling like if I can have some socks done at that time, that would be good. Yeah, it doesn't really feel too super October-y of a color for me, at least. I don't know. For some reason, I'm getting strong, like, August, September feelings from this yarn. So hopefully I can knit that next, let's see, I would want to start it maybe July, August, so that they can be done. And if I turn into like a pattern, I don't know, then it could be done and tested and all that. So that's my exciting news, is that all of the yarn I found, minus the blue, what color is this? It does not say. Minus the blue, is worsted weight. So I kind of went in thinking I was looking for a unicorn that might not exist, because obviously a lot of people knit socks with fingering weight yarn, and here I am looking for worsted weight yarn that could be really working well for socks. So I was very happily surprised that I was going to find that. So this is the next thing I found. These were, let me see, $7.50 each, $7.50 each. And I got 2 of each, so I'll just kind of show you the colors. It is from Jagger Spun, which is made in, or I mean, I guess dyed in Springvale, Maine. And let's see, are they all named the same thing? I have Maize for this pretty yellow. And this is what I was hoping the sunflower would turn more into. Just this pretty dusty yellow, and honestly it kind of looks like the outside of my house, yellow farmhouse. So I'm excited. These are for sure going to be some socks, some yellow farmhouse socks. And then I got smoke. I got 2 in smoke and 2 in sylvan green, which is this pretty like forest green with some teeny little specks of almost yellow or light green in it. So I'm super excited. I mean, just that yarn haul right there is a few pairs of cabin socks that I'm so excited about. So if I'm gonna like pick an order right now, I probably would cast these on next, and then I think I would do green because it probably would be more Christmassy time. And then these could be more like wintry January, February days where you don't really have as much color. And then like I said, my brighter yellow will be more next harvest season. And so I'm super excited for my my yarn haul from the fold. And actually, in seeing this, the green, I totally remembered I have another very small yarn haul to show you, but I will quick grab that and show you guys and tell you kind of the story about those yarns really fast. So let me go grab those. Okay, got my yarn. Can't believe I forgot about this yarn. It was already put away in the hutch, and I got this, not this I stuck in there because it's just pretty. This was from Mandy's Making. I shared about it, or Mandy's Makings. I shared about it in a different podcast episode like a year ago, and it's just, it's a good fall color, so I had it poking out. This yarn I got when we went on our summer vacation, which was the week before Labor Day. So let me think. I don't know how many days ago. Like I said, we've been prepping for homeschool and all that. So we went up to Michigan, and we went up to Ludington, which we love. I really love Ludington. It's super pretty. It's right next to Pentwater, which also is super pretty, and I love it. We actually met at school just south of there at Grand Valley, so kind of in that general area, but not as far north. So that was exciting. We hadn't been back since I was pregnant with Clara, so seven and a half years. So we decided we were going to go on a little family vacation for a few days and drive up that way after going out to Michigan anyway to visit my husband John's family. So we got to go up to Ludington, and of course I had to make sure we could stop at the yarn shop because we had gone there seven and a half years ago on a road trip around Lake Michigan, and we stopped at the yarn shop, and I remembered it was super cute, and they had this bison yarn that I remember getting, and I don't remember, I think I turned it into a scarf. So I wanted to check and see. It's always really fun to just visit new yarn shops when you're traveling to an area. So this is my Ludington yarn. First of all, very cute shop. Same kind of thing. I was looking for worsted weight, and I didn't have as much luck. I did find, clearly I was on a forest green kick, because I did find the Barocco Remix Light. Does it have a color name? No, it does not. But it's kind of a cool toned forest green. And what I'm hoping to do with these is possibly another tee. I really like the versatility of this. I can just wear it by itself. It's not too hot for this time of year, like I was saying. I already sang its praises, so I might knit another tee like this. And partly because I've knit a lot of sweaters that didn't turn out, or like my tank top that didn't turn out, and the shape was off or the pattern was off, and so I found something I like and I kind of just want to stick to it, and I might make a couple in different colors. We'll see. So that's what I'm hoping to make with the Barocco Light. It's tweedy. It's a mix of nylon, cotton, acrylic, silk, and linen. So it does not have any wool in it. So I'm not sure. It might make it a little more drapey, a little more movement. It also might make it nice for, I don't know, if it's a hot day, if it's one of those 85 degrees days in September. And then I found this Madeline Tosh merino light, I guess, superwash merino wool forest green color that I'm excited about. It kind of seemed a little bit Christmassy, so I'm just gonna knit a pair of socks with that. Its color is Moorland, and it has 420 yards, and it's super fine weight, so that would be a good pair of kind of Christmassy socks, either for myself or to gift. I'm not sure yet, but I'm not great at gift knitting. Are you really organized with your gift knits? That is not a strong suit of mine. I'll think of something, for example, now, and then not do anything about it, and then it's December and it's too late, so I'm not great about that. Okay, so I got two of these, which is new to me. Plymouth Yarn Galway, and it's worsted weight. It is 100% pure wool, and it is 210 yards. So typically when I do a cabin sock, give or take, because it depends on the size of the cables and how many cables and all that about how much yarn I use. But for a small pair of cabin socks, I use 110 yards or less. So I'm excited about that, and it's not tweedy, but it's still very rustic-y. It does not have a name. Oh, it does, Sand Heather. So it is very sandy. So that kind of felt like a rustic day visiting the dunes, which it kind of was going up to Ludington. So that's my yarn haul. And I think that might be all I have to share with you guys. I'm trying to think what else I wanted to share. Oh, there might be major changes to my sunroom. I'm thinking what's actually happened to my sunroom is it ended up having no purpose, and it's just like the let's keep it pretty room, which if you have kids, good luck keeping one room of your house just like pretty and no one touches. Right now there are onions all over our floor because I need to braid them so we can hang them up to dry. Well, they are dry, but braid them and hang them up to store. There's 2 pumpkins, there's a basket of laundry. Like, this room doesn't just stay the pretty room. So what I'm actually thinking of doing in here is keeping basically a video or podcast. The view behind me will probably, outside it's gonna stay the same. But I'm thinking I'm actually gonna just move our office into the sunroom instead of saying it's gonna be like a sitting room, because we rarely just come out and sit. Because like I said, it will have stuff. There are French doors we can close, so if we need kids and dog to stay out of the onions, we've been keeping the door closed. So really, it's fine to still do that, because we would have an office with a desktop computer that we don't want our 2-year-old just coming in and tapping on, or anyone just on without asking. So it's kind of nice that we have the door that'll close and lock, and then it will keep our nice little view here. It will get the office stuff out of our bedroom, which would be nice to have some of our bedroom back. And so that's kind of where my brain is at right now. But I'm imagining, like, obviously big windows, a desk, lots of plants, more than I even have right now, pretty lights, hanging plants, lots of space for like book storage and candles. I'm thinking behind me, I might do some little like narrow bookcases or something just to keep files or anything like that. So I can have some candles and more plants behind me, and then the windows. I don't know. Hopefully, in my mind, it's got a pretty design, but we have to actually put it together and see how it works. So that's pretty much what we are doing right now. Okay, I think that's all I have to share with you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out and just talking knitting with me, and yarn shop travels and fall plans and just fun things that have to do with yarn and knitting and cozy living. So I hope you have a good rest of your day, and thanks for hanging out with me. Bye! bye.